Good morning, everybody. This is Patrick Lee. It's time for Midweek Motivation Live. I hope everyone is doing fine today. It's a beautiful day here in Amarillo, Texas, the downtown tower, Studio One. We'll be back right after this. And we're back. Hope everyone's doing great today. I know I am. I'm doing wonderful today on purpose. I learned that from a friend and speaker years ago. Of course, and I've shared that with you many times. People already tuning in to watch the show today. We're going to be talking about people watching you. I always feel like somebody's watching me. Many of you may remember that was the old song by Phil Collins, maybe Genesis back in the day. I'm an MTV 80s kid. Was a teenager when MTV came out, and then the music video became very popular. Oh my goodness. What's going on with the camera here? Hold on just a second. Every now and then the camera has a mind of its own. We just disappeared there for just a second. But I grew up when MTV first started, and Phil Collins and his band Genesis, I think they had a song. It was them that had a song out. I always feel like somebody's watching me and I've got no privacy. And I've been watching a lot of people. I'm a watcher. I don't know if you are, but I am a watcher of people, especially people of influence, people that I feel like. Let me move this just a little bit. There we go. That's better. People that have influence on my life, or people that I allow to give some form of influence in my life that I watch. And I believe that they watch you too. Thank you, everyone already watching the show. People tune in every week to watch the show, and we usually come to you live every week. I was restricted in the past. So we had to record a couple of shows, but most of the time we come to you live every week. And we're now on all major podcast platforms. I got a great update this week on the multiple people that have been downloading the show. Once we reach a certain milestone, we'll be making an announcement on that. I'm super proud of that. But yeah, you can find Midweek Motivation Live now. Share the show to your friends and family, people that you work with, that you want the show maybe to have some influence in them, in their lives as well. But I've had this theme, and I was talking with one of my teammates about it recently, about some of the things that other people post on social media and the persona that they create for themselves. And I was told that could be a topic for a show, and I thought surely not. And I was going to go into a different direction with the topic. It just wouldn't leave my mind, and I thought I think that would be a good topic for a show. But the topic isn't going to be about that person or the methods that they use in social media, attention gathering or influence. Let's put it that way. Attempting to achieve influence. And you know me, I'm going to be brutally honest, Patrick, and I'm going to find a way to make this a positivity show every time that I can, because we are here to motivate you to success in every area of life. And I put the twist on this that someone is someone always watching you? Yes, they are. I always feel like somebody's watching me and I've got no privacy. Well, when we put ourselves out there in the public eye, we open ourselves up to both a following and scrutiny. And I believe that it's important to you and to them, your public, your friends, family, those you have influence over, to always be moving forward and having positive flow. What does that mean? Positive flow. We all vibrate on a certain level, right? And when you are vibing, I believe that quantum field was created by God, our creator of the universe, which is growing at the speed of light, by the way. Our universe is never ending. It will continue to grow. God is a creative God. And when he says, let there be light, light goes. When he creates, creations happen. The Bible says, worlds without end. Amen. That's a phrase that I was recently reminded of by Shane Warren. Worlds without end. Amen. And that means that the universe and worlds are consistently growing. And we need to grow too. Forward motion. Why is it important? Does it really matter if we continue to grow, to move forward? Forward motion, positive flow. What does that mean? It means that in a nutshell, it means that we need to consistently be growing. Things that don't grow become stagnant. If you plant a tree in the ground and it never gets watered and there's zero moisture, that seed could dry up and die. But when you put it in good ground and you add water, it grows. When you are attempting to achieve a goal, you don't go after your goal by going backwards or regressing into your past. You need to have forward motion. If you want to increase in the amount of influence or the amount of income that you make, you need to move forward to create increase, to move towards your goal. Why is forward motion important? Because someone really is watching you, usually more than one someone. And why is that important? If you are moving towards a goal, or if you've set a goal, a destination, a dream, something that you want to achieve in your life, and you make no motion or no action, take no action to move towards that, it never becomes closer to you. There is a concept in the Bible that talks about blessing overtaking you. But for blessing to overtake you, there are conditions that come along with that. And then the sinner or the skeptic would say, see, every one of God's blessings are conditional. Well, everything in life is conditional. The things that you get all have conditions attached. God's conditions, I believe, are some of the easiest. It means basically live for him, and follow his concepts and precepts. And blessing will overtake you. But in the general world that we live in, it doesn't necessarily work that way. You have to give to get. Do we give to get? Sometimes, depends on your goal and who you are as a person. But when we give for the sake of giving, when we move towards our goal because we want to achieve that goal, when we set a destination, we want to move towards that or we'll never achieve it. When we do that and we do that with the right spirit, that blessing comes back and overtakes you. It's a harvest that comes from the seeds that you sow. So when we strive to do these things and we set these goals and these, it could be an income goal, it could be a health goal, something in you and your relationships, a goal that you have set, and you do nothing to reach that goal. If you never move forward towards the goal, do you literally expect that goal to overtake you, for your goals and dreams to chase you down when you are not doing anything to achieve those goals and dreams? Heard a song on America's Got Talent um, recently, a while back, and then it's been replayed on YouTube a few times, a short clip. And this girl wrote this song, and one of the lines in this song says, "Don't give up on your daydreams." And it hit me like a ton of bricks. I was a daydreamer when I was a kid. Maybe you were too. Maybe you sat in school and stared out the window like me, and or you got involved in a comic book, and that comic world became your world. And there was one called Calvin and Hobbes, and in Calvin and Hobbes, this little strip that was in the newspaper, he had a daydream of Spaceman Spiff, and he would become Spaceman Spiff and fly throughout the galaxies and travel to distant worlds and fight giants and monsters. And I've had numerous dreams. Maybe when you were a kid, it was cowboys and Indians, but you dreamed about being a fireman, a spaceman, an astronaut, a police officer, a warrior, someone in battle. And you had dreams of these things. And I would say, like the words of that song, don't give up on your daydreams, because those daydreams are windows into who you're destined to be, the problems you are destined to solve in this world. But If you never make forward progress, if you never move towards those, how likely is it for you to have a following? How likely is it for your children who are watching mom or dad never take steps towards their goals or dreams? How likely is it for them to reach out and go for their goals and dreams? You're setting a precedent in your life, and that precedent, that pattern, isn't just affecting you, it's affecting those around about you who are watching you. I always feel like somebody's watching me. That's because they are. Someone is always watching. We know that the Lord is always watching everything we do, and God's not up there judging everything we do. I believe that God and the angels in heaven are up there cheering us on over everything that we do. And when we make the right choices, when we move forward, we get cheered on. The people that truly have our backs and know us cheer us on. They congratulate us on our small goals, the steps we take forward, tell us good job. You get the attaboy, you get the pat on the back, you get the accolades from your friends and family when you're moving forward. And I believe, like I said, that heaven cheers us on also. Is someone really watching you? Yes. Your children, your coworkers, your friends and family, the people that believe the best in you want you to move forward and succeed. Sounds like a Michael Jackson song. Man in the Mirror, maybe? Could be, Cody. Good comment. Love that. But someone is watching you. We have a host of witnesses around about us, both in heaven and in earth, that are consistently watching us. And it's like I said, there are those that are detractors, those that are not a fan, that are watching us to see when we make a mistake, to see when we fall, when we stumble, so they can attack us and try to pull us back down to their level. They want to pull us back down to their level. There's something about the fallen nature of man, the fallen nature of woman, human. I use that term in the general concept when I say man. So understand that. There are people in their fallen state that do not have a goal or a dream, or they have lost sight of their goal and dream. They have been kicked down, knocked down, punched in the mouth too many times, and they believe that goals and dreams are no longer achievable. And they actually resent you when you go after yours. And it's not fair, but life isn't fair. They feel like if they can't achieve their dreams, then you don't have the right to achieve your dreams either. If they can't do it, you can't do it. If there are 100 people in a pit and one person decides to get the strength and the energy to climb out of that pit to do something better for themselves, how many of you have experienced in the past everyone in there grabs you and holds you back down in the pit because they don't want you to get out of the pit if they can't get out of the pit? But my goal and dream, my vision for everyone is for me to have my friends lift me up to the edge of the pit so I can get a handhold and reach back down and make a ladder so they can all climb out of the pit. You know what I mean? I was watching an episode of The Twilight Zone last week, and it hit me like a ton of bricks. And it was an old one, a black and white, and this guy fell into this room, and he there were about 5 other people in this room laying around, and he looked, and there was a clown in the room. There was someone dressed in soldier clothes, a uniform, military uniform in the room. There was a ballerina in the room, and I think there was a cowboy in the room. And this guy was looking around, and he starts walking around this room, no windows, no doors. And he's like, "Who are you?" And they said, "Well, we don't know. We've been trapped in this room forever, and there's no way out." And he starts telling him, "Surely there's got to be a way out." And you can see sky above this room, but it's a very tall room. And they said, "There's no way out. This is our destiny. We're going to be stuck here forever." And he will not accept that. And he causes them to force them to create a ladder. And they start standing on each other's shoulders and they fall repeatedly. But he will not quit. He will not give up until he eventually, they form a ladder, and he takes a rope off of one of the soldiers' uniforms, and he takes a bugle and he throws it over the edge of the room that they're in, and he climbs up that rope the last few feet, and he gets out only to find out that the room that they are locked in is a box of donated toys. And outside of that world, if they are never given to another child, then they're destined to be left trapped in this box forever. But he makes it out. And I'm like, wow, what a crazy picture of how many of us live our lives stuck in this box with all of the different characters. But until we are removed from that box and put into someone else's life, we don't have the ability to affect joy and pleasure and interaction with anyone else. If we stay in the box that we're in, no one will ever see us. So someone is watching you, someone is watching me, and they're counting on me and you to have forward motion. Because when we have forward motion, we show them that there is a way out of the box, that there is the possibility that you can achieve your goals and dreams just like I am. And they celebrate you in your small achievements. They cheerlead you on when you make the right decision. They pray for you, hopefully. They pray for you when you make a wrong decision. And they cheerlead you on to make better decisions and do the right thing. And that's what I've had to catch myself doing. When I see people on social media make we call it a cringe post, and you go, ooh, I don't think that was a good decision. It's not my decision to make, but I pray for that person now instead of going, oh my Lord. I may say out loud and to some friends, what in the world were they thinking? Because that's a cringe post. And you know what they are. Someone is begging for attention, someone is overacting for attention, someone does something out of character to get attention, and that's the pit that many of us fall into with social media. You have some followers, you get some likes, some shares, and people talking about your post, you gain some traction on social media, and if that wanes or wavers or it's not as good as it was, you catch yourself performing for an audience that really doesn't have your best interest in mind sometimes. And you catch yourself doing things that you wouldn't normally do in the real world, and you do it for social media to attract a like or a share or a heart or a love, or you want to go viral on your TikTok dance or whatever it is. But let's not get caught in that trap. Let's continue to move forward towards our goals and our dreams. And as we do, motivate those around us to go for theirs too. You do it for you and for them because someone truly is watching you all the time. Maybe it's your spouse, maybe it's your boyfriend, girlfriend, maybe it's your children, maybe it's your mom and dad, and you want to make them proud. Wouldn't that be a great thing? If not for them, do it for you, but also for them. So they see you making forward motion and they catch that spark, that little bit of belief that says, hey, I can make it too. I can achieve my goals and dreams too. How many of you have ever said, surely if they can do it, so can I? And I made this statement yesterday in a meeting I was at, a business meeting. And I made this statement and I prefaced it with this. I talk to all of my clients as if they're as dumb as I am. And I don't mean it to say that they're dumb. What it means is I want it to be so plain and simple that they know if I, as simple as I am, can do it, they can do it too. What do you think? Is forward motion important? I believe that it is. Is somebody always watching you? Absolutely. And that's a good thing. Use that to motivate you. Use that to cause you to move towards your goals and dreams. I hope this motivates you. It's motivated me. It's caused me to rethink the way I look at social media and to rethink some of the ways that I talk to people and relate to people. And I hope that that continues to help you move forward and grow. And that as you watch the show, share the show with your family and friends, that it continues to motivate them as well. That's the goal. Motivating you to success in every area of life. That's Midweek Motivation with Patrick Lee. You guys have a wonderful day. Like, love, and share the show. If you're on YouTube, click on the subscribe button below the show and the bell notifications. You'll get notified every time we go live every Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Share this with your family and friends, and you just might win a gift today. I think we have a door prize, an exciting door prize. Share the show, and I'll be picking a winner on that this week, and we'll reach out to you by tomorrow to let you know who the winner is. Next week in the show, we'll share what that prize was. I think you'll be happy with it, and that's it for this week. Till next week, this has been Patrick Lee with Midweek Motivation Live saying, courage begins at the end of your comfort zone.